Hello, everybody, and welcome once more to Tony the Mole Adams YouTube channel. Thanks for supporting us throughout the season. And if you're listening on rugbyleague.com, welcome. We speak to this man twice a week, and he's a good old mate of mine from way back in the dark ages, Tony the Mole Adams. Tony, how are you?
Yeah, doing well, Steve. It's springtime in Sydney, which means it's finals time. We've got 27 rounds out of the way, and now we're down to the serious stuff. So it should be a great weekend coming.
Yeah, I had a very interesting weekend here in London, Tony, because Darren Lockyer was in town at the London Broncos and
Oh, of
making
course.
making lots of noises that he's serious about buying the club. So lots of excitement there, and obviously coming up to the playoffs here. But anyway, Tony, on with your column, and you can find the links to your columns at nine.com.au in the show description. And Dylan Edwards, probably at the start of the season, you'd say he'd be a favourite to go on the Kangaroo Tour. Or at the start of the year, it wasn't a Kangaroo Tour. It was a home series against England, but that's changed. But he's probably an outsider now, Tony, do you think?
Yeah, that's right. Like James Tedesco, who I think you heard it here first. I think he's the Dally M medalist. I think his form's going great. He was also helped by the fact that Nathan Cleary, probably his biggest opponent, took a bye 2 weeks ago, decided to have a rest along with all his Penrith teammates. So no points for him, and that could prove decisive. But getting back to Dylan Edwards, he's made 10 errors in the last 4 games leading into the finals. Very, what would you say,
Uncharacteristic.
unusual for him. Yeah, uncharacteristic. He's normally safe as houses. But the one thing you can bet, they're playing over in New Zealand. They're going to be 25,000 hostile Warriors fans there. And you can bet the Warriors kickers, Tanner Boyd, Tamari Martin, they're going to be testing him out. So I think all eyes will be on Dylan Edwards. He's put a target on his back, and it'll be very interesting how he handles it.
And another interesting stat you've uncovered, because at the end of the regular season, I think we look forward sometimes. We should always look forward, but I think at the end of the regular season, we look forward too much and forget that, it's the last chance. Everyone's on a level footing. The best try scorer, the best goal kicker, the best defensive team, the best attacking team, all these sort of things are determined at the end of the regular season. But we tend to be so hyped up about the weeks ahead that we don't kind of recognize what's gone before. But you come up with an interesting stat in that to that end about the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't think this has ever happened before in the NRL. The Dolphins scored more points than any other team in Australian Rugby League, yet missed the finals. They only just missed out. They came ninth, but it's bizarre, isn't it? Guys like the Hammer, Herbie Farnworth, who your viewers, listeners over there would know very well. He had a great year, Herbie. Unfortunately, he got injured late, and I think that really hurt the Dolphins because they sort of crashed and burned towards the end. But Christian Wolf's admitted attack is not the problem. They're going to get the tackle bags out over the summer. So it's going to be a long, hot summer for the poor old Dolphins, and they're going to work on their defence. They've been in the NRL 3 years. Haven't quite made the finals, but certainly made a good impact. Maybe next year will be their year if they can get the D together, because they certainly know how to score a try.
And finally, Tony, at the other end of the table, the Newcastle Knights with a wooden spoon and a flogging in the final round. What are your thoughts on the way ahead for them?
Yeah, well, I think they deserved wooden spooners. I think they were the most consistent bad team in the comp, and we had a few bad teams. You look at the Titans, the Dragons, the Tigers early on, the Eels early on. Most of these teams managed to get out of the rut, but the poor old Knights, they were just terrible. Adam O'Brien, he decided to hang up his shingle with 2 weeks to go, and they played like it the other day. They were terrible. I think it was 66-10, all sorts of records beaten. And we're talking about Parramatta, who smashed them, not exactly a finals team. So they've bought Dylan Brown. He's the great white hope, but I think they're going to need more than Dylan next year. They got Sandon Smith on board, and strangely enough, they've decided Sandon Smith's going to be a hooker. which is a very odd thing considering A, they've had halfback problems, and B, they don't have a coach yet. So who's making these decisions? Very strange goings on at Newcastle. I think they're starting the interview process for the coach at the moment. My quiet tip, Justin Holbrook, who again you'll know very well from his deeds over there. Good coach. He's been the Roosters' assistant the last couple of years. I think he's ready for another crack at it.
Of course, Brian McDermott is on the staff there as well, but there seems to be a reluctance in the NRL to appoint an Englishman as a head coach. There haven't been too many since that last great Newcastle coach, Malcolm Reilly. So I'm not sure
Exactly.
we haven't had an English head coach since then, have we? I don't think we have.
Yeah, and when you consider Malcolm won a premiership in 1997, one of the most famous of all Sydney Rugby League premierships as it was back then. Maybe Willie Peters. Can we call him an Englishman?
Well, as I said, Brian McDermott's there, so they can. I'm sure he'd be interested. So anyway, that's enough for today, Tony. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow with our flagship show, Midweek Scoops.
Sounds good.